Bail conditions could not prevent the applicant from fleeing the country. She evaded the police for 11 months. If you're interested in the story, please stick around. My name is Primrose and thank you so much for being a part of this video. If you're new here, you're welcome, and let's get straight into this chende, guys. As we all know, Tuesday had to see Dr. Nand at the Bloemfontein Magistrate Court try to apply for a bail. And we actually had to watch this in two sessions, like in the morning and the afternoon. And then the state had poured cold water on Dr. Nandipa's claim that she was defenseless and helpless and taken out of the country against her will by rapist and murderer Thabo. Instead, the state submitted a list of reasons why it did not believe she was Besta's victim. The state pointed out there was a likelihood that Magudumana, if released on bail, would attempt to evade her trial, as there are criminal cases that have since been registered against her. The damning affidavit was deposed by investigating officer Lieutenant Air Colonel Diego Flyman on Tuesday. His affidavit was read in the record by prosecutor Solomon Tlhoko in the Bloemfontein Magistrate Court, where the state is opposing Magudumana's bail. Magudumana faces charges relating to Besta's escape from prison. Other accused include her father, Zolile Skeleni, Besta, and various Mangaung prison officials. In her application, Magudumana said she did not voluntarily leave the country with Besta, but did so under pressure and threats from him. Disputing her claims, Flyman said, throughout the investigation, I've established she was the one who drove from KwaZulu-Natal after his escape. Magudumana and Besta rented a house together. They were spotted shopping together. Flyman said Magudumana and Besta traveled together and stayed in Cape Town, where Magudumana wrote out a prescription for Besta, and they visited a salon together. Looking at how the applicant is involved in the escape of Besta, there is no piece of evidence that she was at any stage forced or threatened in any manner, Flyman said. Flyman said since her arrest in April this year, Magudumana has not opened a case of kidnapping. Flyman said Magudumana and Besta have been appearing in the same magistrate court on this case. They appear showing there is affection to each other. They were seen holding hands and smiling to each other. See a picture of them of their last appearance on August 8, Flyman said. Flyman said Magudumana moved freely around KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, and Western Cape, and in the foreign countries with Besta before her arrest, and had ample time to alert any of the authorities about the forced removal, she alleged. The officer said when he was charging Magudumana on April 14, 2023, she provided him with an address in Hyde Park, Johannesburg. He added Magudumana had removed her belongings from that property on March 21 after news reports emerged she had been in the company of Besta while they were shopping together. Flyman said the lease for that property was from January 2021 until January 2023. When providing me with this address on April 14, she knew she was not staying at this address, as the lease had expired in January 2023, and she unceremoniously vacated the property on March 21, 2023. She thus provided me with false information and deliberately misled me, the affidavit read. There were no properties registered in her name at the deeds office, but she owns 3 vehicles, including a Porsche, which Magudumana used to fetch Besta from KwaZulu-Natal after the escape. Flyman said the passport issued to Magudumana in 2017 and which will expire in February 2027 had been used 32 times for trips outside South Africa. It was established she did not use her passport when she fled the country, Flyman said. The passport was only stamped back on arrival at Lansoria Airport after her arrest. Flyman listed 6 cases of fraud registered at various police stations this year, ranging from 150,000 rands to 15 million rands against Magudumana. Flyman said Magudumana left the country illegally and extradition was usually a long and protracted process, providing an example to the court. He said in the matter of State and Shrin Dewani, whose wife was killed in Cape Town in November 2010, Dewani was only extradited from the UK in April 2014. Flyman said the state had an overwhelming case against Magudumana. He said there was direct evidence of an eyewitness who confirmed she claimed a body and arranged a fake funeral. He said the objective evidence of bank statements showed Magudumana was on occasion a source who provided money for distribution to her co-accused to ensure Bester escaped from prison. Flyman said it had been established she paid 85,000 rands. Bail conditions could not prevent the applicant from fleeing the country. She evaded the police for 11 months. She fled the country and did not use her passport when she left South Africa. The state said the nature of the offences that led to Bester's escape shocked the community. A convicted murderer and rapist was back in the community. There was a total disrespect towards the dignity of the two bodies, they claimed. Flyman said the family of Katlego Bereng, whose charred remains were in Bester's cell, was hurt and still had more questions than answers. These crimes jeopardized public confidence in the criminal justice system. People who were to ensure a dangerous person was locked up ensured he was put back on the streets because of corruption. Magudumana's legal team in May opted to halt her bail application shortly after it started, saying it was due to unforeseen reasons. Magudumana's lawyer at the time told the court that material evidence crucial to her matter needed to be addressed before proceeding with the application. She then approached the Free State High Court in June to have her April arrest in Tanzania declared unlawful. Judge Philip Lobster, however, found that though her removal to South Africa from Tanzania was a disguised extradition, which was unconstitutional, she had consented to her return. Her consent meant South Africa's criminal courts retained jurisdiction over her. A month later, the same court dismissed Magudumana's application for leave to appeal its ruling. Magudumana's bail application comes months after 9 of her fellow co-accused were granted bail by different courts. Bester and accused number 9 abandoned their bails. Magudumana's bail application continues on Wednesday. Oh, and before I close this video, guys, I almost forgot this main point that I really loved. The investigating officer also says Dr. Nandipa abandoned her children who are living with their father now. The affidavit also states that Dr. Nandipa hadn't contacted their father and has been calling friends and her legal team from prison. It's like he only contacted the father of the children once. And how does she even get to a point where she says she's missing her children? Does she look like someone that's missing her children? If she could have contacted their father just once, because it doesn't mean that she should be lovey-dovey with the man. It's just all about children, because she has to be checking her children almost every day. And right now she's just using this sob story about children so that we can feel sorry for her. Nandipa doesn't look at all like someone that was forced into the car by this Thabo Bester. And right now I just want to believe that maybe they had an agreement with Thabo that, okay, since I'm in for life, just go out there and start hustling the life that we know, make a plan, so that we can just be out. And this time around we'll really run so fast. And I believe when they go now, they might even be heading to Dubai. If they have to walk, they'll walk. Guys, the story is so interesting, like seriously. So right now, guys, I just want to hear from you. Do you see Nandipa working tomorrow? Do you see her getting bail? Earlier on, before the afternoon session, I was hopeful that she might get it. That's just me, guys. That's why I want to hear your opinion. So, but after the afternoon session, after all the grilling that she got, guys, the percentage has reduced. I don't see that happening. But, you can never know with this course. They might surprise us tomorrow. But, I think my bet is on she won't walk. She won't. But, yeah, we might be shocked. And with all the sobbing, guys, I'm like, Dr. Nandipa, if you could have done this like day one, the day that you arrived from Lansaria, you were so dry. I don't know if you were shocked or what. And then you appear again with your man. You still didn't show any remorse. You still didn't show any shame, except because you were still having your face under a mask. But since you removed the mask, you've never shown anyone that you are remorseful. So just today, is it because she's shy, she's alone on the stand, or because today she doesn't have any company at all, unlike the previous times? And right now I'm wondering if at all she's really serious, or she really means it this time around, because 4 months is a long time, guys, in prison. And Nandipa looks aged, guys. Like on her face looks like she's so stressed, like I'm telling you. Unless if I'm not seeing things properly. But her face doesn't look okay. Yeah, you can see the poor girl is going through some stuff. Being locked up in prison is not for the faint-hearted, guys. And guys, the story is just too long. There are some things that I haven't mentioned. There is also a woman that was mentioned who actually got permanent residence in South Africa, who's originally from Zimbabwe, who was also mentioned, and it's really raising eyebrows as to how and why she got it, you know. The woman is also somehow linked with Dr. Nandipa Thabo and accused number 9, that guy from Zim. It's just a lot, guys. We'll keep chopping it day by day. And it was also mentioned where Dr. Nandipa told the authorities that she and Thabo Bester met in 2006 while she was studying at Wits, and Thabo Bester was actually studying theology and she was doing medicine. And they started dating in May 2017, and Lobola was paid on 14 December 2020. And apparently, that guy, Thabo Bester, never studied it in university, guys. How could that happen when Thabo Bester has not even done like grade 8? And honestly, guys, it's a whole lot. And honestly, you tell me, does this woman deserve bail after all these accusations against her? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section.